do a spoof Dragon's Den for social entrepreneurs, and I would like to have 3 volunteers from the audience to be dragons. Anyone, put your hand up. It's not that hard, really. 1, 2, come on, guys. If you go and sit just here, I need one more person. Just sit yourself down here, where it says social enterprise on the card. Come on. Actually,
the card up.
one of you don't have to pretend that you're a woman, but I'm sure you can figure that. So, cue music. Our entrepreneurs tonight. Dougal Brillandine, founder of Kick, Health Club for Obese Kids. They get NHS contracts to reduce weight-related health problems like diabetes and high blood pressure. Our next entrepreneur is Jonah Peace. Jonah started Dish Bridge, a way of recycling electronic waste, training young people and bridging the digital divide. And third, Zebra Meetons. Zebra runs Zebra Tours, providing conservation holidays for keen, green participants. Welcome to the Dragons. Round of applause for our 3 volunteers, please. Thank you very much. Okay, Dragons, your job today, you can see you've got a card there. Can I do it without the microphone? Can you hear me without the microphone? Yeah, that'll be much easier. Okay, you've got a card. On one side it says social enterprise, and on the other side it says not a social enterprise. Now, clearly you're not really millionaires. Or maybe you are? Is anyone really millionaires? No. Okay, so we're going to have to put up with a card instead. So I'm going to be portraying for you some social entrepreneurs who have come to the Dragon's Den, and your job is, once we're done, is to answer that question: is this a social enterprise or not a social enterprise? So, first of all, hello Dragons! My name is Angela and I'm from Action Arts. We are looking for £10,000 to spread our art therapy work with autistic children across London. We run projects currently in 2 boroughs, Newham and Tower Hamlets, and we would like to expand to Southwark and Hackney. This money would help us to run these 2 groups for an entire year. It would pay for an art therapist. We run most of the other things with volunteers, and it would make a contribution to the materials, which would allow these families who often don't have a lot of money available to them to access these materials and this work for free. They do pay for the more expensive materials like canvases and things, if that's what they want to use. This service not only helps autistic kids, but also their families. It gives them a respite break or chances to meet one another. We've had lots of fantastic publicity. We're in the media a lot, and what we bring out of the kids is a way to communicate in a calm way, to express themselves, and have something where they get to be really good at something and they get praised for that, recognition for that. And we have 10 kids in the class, so your money would be helping 20 children across these other 2 boroughs in London, and I really hope you will choose to invest. Thank you very much, Dragons. So, because of time constraints, we don't have enough time for the Dragons to ask me questions. However, I get to ask you a question. Is this a social enterprise? Hold up your cards now. Indecisive person in the middle. Right, we've got 1 person saying it's a social enterprise and 2 saying it's not a social enterprise. Dougal Brillandine, why is this not a social enterprise?
Sounds like a charity.
Sounds like a charity. Yeah. Right. Well, the Dragons seem to be 2 to 1, thinking it's not a social enterprise. Audience now, please will you stand up if you agree with the Dragons that it's not a social enterprise. Stand up if you agree with the Dragons, say something if you disagree. Got a here. Got a half and half split. Okay, thank you very much. It's very interesting that, because you're right, it does have a social purpose, but I think, Dougal, you're absolutely right. What's your real name, by the way? Adam. Adam's exactly right. It's more of a charity or a community group. It does wonderful social work, but doesn't earn any money, and therefore, by its very nature, it's not an enterprise. Okay, thank you very much. Right, the second entrepreneur is going to come to visit. My kids dressing up boxes. I couldn't get the coat on those customers. Hello, dragons. My name is Robert the Builder. Ooh, sorry, I shouldn't go along with stereotypes. Hello, dragons. My name is Robert the Builder. I am looking for an investment of £100,000 in return for a 10% share of my business. Now, you all know, even on this leaflet it says that one of the possible things that a social enterprise might do is something about the affordability of UK housing, provision of housing, and that's what my business idea is all about. I've been refurbishing properties for years, and my plan now is to buy derelict properties, refurbish them, and rent them out to people. This will increase the supply of properties in London and reduce costs for people and provide housing. And we'll be using interns in our office, and we'll be using apprentices on the site, so we're also improving employment and training. The money will be the deposit to purchase our first property, and we'll also get commercial loans for the remainder. And you will get your money back at the end of about 10 years when we've had enough property to invest and get a return on the investment. Thank you very much, dragons, for listening. So you know what the question is? Is this a social enterprise? Hold up your cards now. Not a social enterprise. Okay.
It's more like real estate.
Right. It's kind of classic property development, isn't it, really? So, however much you might say there's a social benefit, I mean, some people would say that all businesses have some kind of social benefit. There was actually a question on LinkedIn, in the LinkedIn group today, asking just that in the social enterprise group, are all businesses social enterprises? But actually, I don't think so. I think you need to reinvest the profit into the business, into the social purpose to really be a social enterprise, although there is no clear definition available to us. So, I forgot to get the audience to stand up. So anyway, never mind, you get to stand up next time. And the third entrepreneur. Hello, dragons. My name is Devi, and I'm here from an organisation called Care For. You will all have heard on the news that we have an ageing population, and there is a crisis in availability of care facilities, which will get worse and worse as time goes on. Well, Care For is a service which aims to bridge that gap, the gap in provision, in an affordable way. We are a cooperative. We're based in the local community right here in Tower Hamlets. Our members pay into a fund, and they also participate in events that we organise and buy products that we sell. Then, when they retire, we provide what they need, be it visits from a carer, sheltered housing, or a place in a care home. We also get local authority funding for a lot of this. But the fund that our members have paid into allows us to top this up and provide a better service with more workers, more activities, and more homely surroundings. The kind of old age we all want to have. We started with a grant, but now we're self-sustaining with 70% of our funding from the government, 20% from members' contributions, and 10% from event sales. We'd like to get an investment of £100,000 from you to allow us to franchise our idea. We want to help and support other local communities set up their own organisations and to get the benefits of scale by being part of a network while not having to reinvent the wheel. The business plan has us having that £100,000 repaid within 10 years because of the franchise fees. Thanks very much for listening, Dragons. Okay. Is this a social enterprise? Our final volunteer here. Why do you think this is a social enterprise?
Because it's self-sustaining and it's generating its own money, but the money is being directly invested back into the program itself.
Great, great. What does the audience think? Do you agree with the dragon? Stand up if you agree with the dragon. Everybody. Yeah, you're right, and the reasons you give are right. Although it is interesting, there are grey areas of social. There are social enterprises that go on receiving grants. There are social enterprises that start with a grant and as this one did, change over time to being more independent financially. It really depends, but the kind of work that social enterprises often do, sometimes they are not financially completely self-sustaining, and sometimes there are some other ways that they support themselves. So there is a very, very clear definition, but the key points are those that they earn their own money, they operate as a business, and that money goes back into the benefits of the people they really want to benefit from. Thank you very much. Another round of applause for our three dragons. I wanted to give you some different examples, both in the types of enterprises that the dragons had and the types of enterprises that were here, of what a social enterprise is. I work with social entrepreneurs, helping them to start up businesses, and so does my colleague Kathy, who's sitting here currently videoing me. So if anybody has a real idea and they just want to come and have a chat about where they are and what they're wanting, or any other examples of real social enterprises, then feel free. We're going to be here for a little while afterwards, and we're happy to have a chat with you and talk about it. Thank you very much.